How's it going, folks? I just wanted to talk about the latest flavor of the month in the hair loss community. This is being talked about all over the forums. It's a new chemical that's similar, and I'm not sure if it works exactly the same, but it's very, at least superficially similar to RU-58841, which is a chemical which I have used on my chemical research subject before. It's called CB-03-01. And it's a topical solution like RU-58841, and it apparently works the same way. Now, I've had some experience with the chemical for a while, using it on my research subject, so I just want to go ahead and give you my report on its effectiveness and whether or not I feel it's worth the investment at this time. So, a little background about the product. It is currently being researched by the FDA for the use of both androgenic alopecia, which is hair loss, as you probably know, and also for acne. So it will probably be approved for acne first, which seems a little unfair, especially since there's so many pre-existing treatments out there for acne. And even when it is approved for acne, it will probably be prescribed off-label for hair loss by doctors, kind of like how dutasteride is a BPH drug, but it's used prescribed sometimes for hair loss as well. So using it, I think it is effective. It does work. I don't think it works any better than RU-58841, and for that reason, I have to give it a thumbs down at the moment, only because the drug is prohibitively expensive. It's also not quite as available. You can get it through certain chemical research websites, especially the ones that sell RU-58841. It may not actually look like it's available, but you may want to ask the seller, and perhaps he can hook you up with something, just so long as you specify that it is for chemical research purposes and not for personal use, and you should be fine. So being that it is so prohibitively expensive, I feel that if you do need a topical anti-androgen, just go ahead and stick with RU-58841 for now, and when it becomes available down the road for prescription, go ahead and get CB, because you'll likely be able to get it for much cheaper than that. So CB-03-01, it works, but since it doesn't work any better than RU-58841, I don't recommend it, and that's my final verdict on the chemical right now. However, there is an issue of how volatile the drug is, and what I mean by that is that, like, apparently RU doesn't last very long when you mix it into a chemical solution, but that shouldn't be an issue, because all you need is about 10 to 20 milligrams. Mix it with some chemical solution. I prefer stamoxetine because I think that's effective in its own right, and also because it's a very good solvent, and then use it right then. So if you're like making like a large batch of it, like you're making like you're mixing into like a 3 milliliter bottle of minoxidil and it takes several weeks, then maybe it's an issue, but otherwise it shouldn't matter. So yeah, stick with RU-58841 for now, and then down the road, go ahead and consider a prescription for CB-03-01, especially if you cannot use finasteride. However, I will state again that for most people, minoxidil mixed with finasteride should be sufficient enough. So consider those two before you consider some of these chemical research products, unless for some reason you can't use finasteride, even though the side effects for finasteride are exceptionally rare. So anyways, let me know if you guys have any questions, and I will get back to you guys soon. Take care.